Devotion, a Longbow, a P2020, and a Mastiff. That I know you guys are going to disagree, but I'm saying Mastiff. I hate that shotgun. We have a Apex Legends Season 9 weapon tier list coming off the rip. I wanted to make this nice and early coming into the season because I want to see how Apex adjusts to some of these things. There's a couple weapons on this list that I think will probably get nerfed throughout the season, the main one being the bow. But that's just my opinion. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Be sure to subscribe here for live streams on YouTube as well as coming through twitch.tv/SoarBiggie to check us out live over there as well. Enjoy the tier list. Apex Legends Season 9 weapons tier list. We're going to be ranking them from S tier to D tier. S tier being the best and D tier being the absolute hecking worst. Just the worst weapon, okay? So you guys are going to help me out with this. I know it's going to be a little tough because not everybody's played this, but also too, you know, let me know what you guys think of my decisions with me and chat as well. Okay, first up on the list, Alternator. I would say an A tier SMG. It's not quite one of the best SMGs, but I think it does a good job. I think it does too good of a job to be a B tier. The charge rifle, Season 9. I say A or S tier. C? Okay, hold on. We got to be clear that this isn't like you hate it because it shreds. Like, I get if you're saying C tier because you don't like it. You don't like when other people use it. Like, it doesn't make you happy. But, like, the charge rifle, in my opinion, is 100% an A or S tier. It fucking shreds, which is the point. That's the point of this tier list. What is, like, the best guns? Like, what is the ranking of guns right now in the season? It shreds, but late game, it's not too viable. Okay. Okay, so he's saying B because late game, it's not too viable. I'll say A, because if it was more viable late game, I would say it's a S tier. I would say it's 100% an S tier. But you're absolutely right. When you get close to the end, it's kind of like big rips from there. Yeah, that's the hemlock. I'm gonna put it on B tier. I'm gonna put it on B tier because it does shred, but like you really got to pop your shots. And that comes down to aim. So, like, hey, maybe in some people's setups that would be A or S tier, but for me, I'm going to put it in B because it's just like a middle grade weapon, right? It's just a middle grade. Prowler, 100% S tier SMG. Do the Prowler shreds. All right, Sentinel Sniper, B tier. I'm not going to give it a C only because if you hit your shots, you can do damage, but it's just like, it's just not an A tier weapon. C tier, B tier. So B, C range, definitely for the Sentinel. Definitely for the Sentinel. The bow. The bow is going to be an S tier. It's too good right now. The bow, yeah, yep. A or S, yep. It is too good right now. Bow is S all the way. It's OP, yeah. And I have a feeling later on it's going to go down to A. But yeah, right now, it's an S tier weapon. The Devotion can suck my... no, D. D tier. Oh, but Biggie, it does a lot of damage. Okay, I'll put it back at C. I was just about to say the excuses. Like, it does a lot of damage once it gets going. Dude, it is a fucking trap. There's a reason you never see people, very rarely, very, very rarely, you see people using the Devotion late game kitted out. How often do you see that? Tell me. In the comments, tell me on the stream, how often do you guys see that? How often do you see, oh, I'm looting this guy, it's like five teams are left, 4 teams are left, and you pick out a Devotion. There's a reason. It sucks. EVA 8. Season 8, I would give it an A. B, I'm giving it, or Season 9, I'm giving it a B. It's a B shotgun to me now. I'll go ahead and grab the S tier. The Peacekeeper is a S tier shotgun right now. I don't know what it is. Maybe it was just my experience last night. I feel like the EVA's different. I don't know if, not the rate of fire, but like it just doesn't hit the same. Like I'm okay with a Mozambique being with it. I don't know. Some people are probably going to crucify you saying that the Mozambique is just as good as the Peacekeeper. Pff, you put some hammer points on it. Like, Peacekeeper takes more skill than the Mastiff and EVA. Here, we're going to go ahead and take this right out of the way. Mastiff is a D. Yeah, Mozam hits hard after the buff, right? I think it's fair to put them in the same tier. A couple people have a problem though with the Peacekeeper being an S tier. They're saying, are we judging the individual gun in itself in its category with shotguns? Or are we judging the gun as a whole with the season? I can get by that. Maybe drop it to an A tier because of that. The EVA A is better than the Peacekeeper right now. I don't know what the fuck you are smoking, but it's not. Okay, you're ripping it with EVA in arenas. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. I'll move it up to A just because of the discrepancy, but I'm definitely keeping Peacekeeper at S, EVA at A, and Mulzum at B, and fucking Mastiff can take a hot D. Flatline. Dude, I'm putting Flatline in A. The Flatline is shredding right now. B for Mastiff. I'll move Mastiff up to C just because so many of you guys talk so highly. But no, it's that. It's not a B. G7. Yeah. C or B for me. Yeah, because it's really good when you land your shots, but like you're not gonna really want it late game. I'm gonna go B. I don't think it's just quite like a tier. Like here's what I'm asking myself. If I see on the ground a G7, a Mastiff, or Devotion, what am I picking up? I'm probably gonna pick up a G7 because I want to have my you got to hit your shots, but like I'd rather have that rate of fire and hit my shots than fucking wait for. And like the animations of the Mastiff can suck my titty. Oh boy, this is the one that's gonna cause problems. The repeater. 30-30 is D. I would put the 30-30 as D. I'm gonna be honest, chat. I was expecting everybody to have that a higher rank. I'm so glad that we can all come to the conclusion on this one that it is low tier and sucks. I don't know what it is about the repeater. I don't know if it's the rate of fire. This tier list needs an F only for this gun specifically. Okay, S tier sniper, without a shadow of a doubt. The Kraber, S tier. Here's why I say S tier, because even late game, you have a Kraber, like, that's a good situation. Good hip fire, good damage, like you hit your shot, like the probability of like cracking. Oh my God. Kraber is 100% S tier. The L-Star. It shreds sometimes, but again, it's just, there's something about the L-Star that's just not, it blinds you. And that's like, it's redundant. Why is my weapon blinding me right now? It rips, yes, but it goes through ammo and it blinds you. All right, Longbow. I'm putting it in D tier. A, B, I love the Longbow. Here's what I'm looking at. If I'm looking at all the snipers, what am I picking up? I'm not going to pick up a Longbow over a Sentinel. I'm not going to pick up a Longbow, well, now that the triple takes in the drop. If it's a single shot type weapon, I'd rather have a Wingman. I'd rather have a G7. I don't know what it is with the Longbow. I don't get down with it. A couple people are saying B, some people saying C. I'll move it up to C just because of the balance from everybody. Light machine gun, Spitty, S tier. This is the only tier that we should make a new weapon for. I think it's the most overpowered weapon in the game, and I'm going to exploit the shit out of it until it's nerfed. Because it's going to get nerfed. I think we should readjust some of these. I think we've like really impacted the S tier a lot. This is the BDE tier right here. Spitfire, Kraber. I don't think the bow is BDE. It's definitely S tier, but it's not BDE, right? I think the Prowler's still a BDE SMG. Then the Charge is S. Okay, I can get by that. You think the 301 is a BDE? I think it's S. I don't think it's a BDE. S, 301, S, 301, S, 301 is BDE. It's so versatile. But again, I'm asking myself, like, what am I picking up if I'm seeing something? Like, BDE is like, if I see it, I'm picking it up. I don't care what I have. I'm getting a Spitfire, and I'm definitely getting a Kraber. But, like, I'll run past an R301. But not all the time. But it's still, like, it's still good. Wingman. All right, pistols. P2020. 2020 is a D? Really? I'd give it a C. I'd give it a C. Chat's like, you're going to give the P2020 a higher rank than the 3030? Yeah, I would. I'm going to give it a C. Dude, you get off the thing about P2020 is it's versatile off the rip, and like it does some damage if you're good. All right, this is where the debacle is going to come in. The R99. I'd say it's an S tier. An A, we already have the Alternator in. The A. So you're saying that the Alternator and R99 are the exact same? I disagree with that. Triple take, that's got to be a BDE, right? And with how it is in the drops? What do you mean there's way too many guns in S tier? Nick, why do you say, but like these are S tier weapons? It's not about like having an under or over a power of abundance in a category. It's not about like, oh, there should only be 2 or 3 items in there. Like it's the reality. Like these are S tier weapons, hands down. What are you removing from S tier? You remove the Peacekeeper from S tier, then the Eva goes down to B. Charge rifle? No, that's an S tier weapon right now. It's an S tier weapon, and the only reason it's not versatile, if it was more versatile, it would be a fucking BDE. I'm telling you, if you play ranked, like and even like Olympic, like you're gonna see the charge rifle a lot this season. It's one of the best weapons to just sit back and fucking rip up. R9 is S tier for me. I agree. I'm gonna put it in S tier. I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Wingman. Well, on pistols, the RE45, I'm put that B tier. Yeah, I'm putting that at B tier. I'd rather have an RE45 over a P2020, so it's definitely better than that. Chat, you got to ask yourself in these situations, you see these two weapons, what are you picking up? Right away, boom, you see them next to each other, what are you picking up? Split decision. Don't fucking think, don't debate, boom. You see an RE45 and a P2020, what are you picking up? You're picking up the RE45. So that means that it can't be the same tier. And guys, because a tier has a lot of things doesn't mean that it's like wrong. It just means like that's a B tier type weapon. Like that's a middle grade type weapon. I look at a lot of these guns as like, you know, especially off the start, off the rip. Like I'm picking up these guns over these guns and off the start if I see them. So I'm sticking with B. It's a B tier. It's solid. And I'm going to stick with the P2020 as C. All right, so let's get to Wingman. Let's get to Wingman. Where are we putting Wingman? I still don't see. Where are we putting the Wingman? A? I can get by A. I think Wingman's an A. I think it could be used late game, but you know, in many situations, like people will probably want to have something else late game. All right, so listen, this is where we got to find some balance here. I still don't know whether if I should put the Prowler at BDE. Are we ranking the SMGs in itself, or are we just ranking the guns overall? Because if we're talking like SMGs in itself, the Prowler should be a BDE, the R99 and Volt should be S, and then the Alternator an A. The Volt should be S, and R99 should be A. So you guys are okay with saying that the Alternator and R99 are like equivalent because you're putting them in the same tier. You're essentially saying that they're just as equal value weapons. Okay, so Volt S. Are we keeping the Prowler at BDE? Let's get. We're missing one more weapon in here. The Havoc. A tier. A tier. No, I'm not gonna say B because it's actually doing pretty good this season. They buffed it. It shreds this season. I would definitely put the Havoc on A. Okay. Now we got all the weapons in here. Are we? Where's everybody's discrepancies? I'm happy that out of all this shit, we're like, yep, the 30-30 sucks. I'm glad that we're all on the dude. We got actually the legend in here. All right, so Vita. First and foremost, are we doing Prowler as BD? I told you, I agree. Again, on this list, I'm looking at if I see an item on the ground versus this versus that, what am I picking up? If I have an R301 and a Volt, and I come across a Prowler, I'm picking up the Prowler. If I have a Spitfire and an R301, I'm probably going to drop the R301 and pick up the Prowler. L-Star is D tier as well. I could get by that. I hate the L-Star. I think it makes no sense. Like we said, it shred. Okay, it does shred, but it shreds through it. But so does the 30-30. Like the 30-30 does damage when you hit your shots. But the animation and everything just sucks for it. The L-Star, it shreds through your ammo, and it flashes you when you shoot. That's so stupid. Some of these guns, like, I'm putting these into tiers because even just, like, for me, and this is where Vita's gonna be like, what? Like, for me, the Mastiff, like, out of all the shotguns, it's just, like, I don't know, like, the control, the animation, like, it's a C for me. I can't stand it. I also personally thought the Peacekeeper was an S tier, but chat disagreed with me. I think Eva 8 is still better than the Peacekeeper 2 because of the fire rate. Maybe, like I said, I can get by that. Like, maybe it was just my experience last night, but the Eva 8 sucked. All right, chat. So if we're running around, we're looking at this. The last thing we're picking up is a 30-30 and an L-Star. And then it's like, okay, I don't want to have to, but a Devotion, a Longbow, a P2020, and a Mastiff. I know you guys are going to disagree, but I'm saying Mastiff. I hate that shotgun. I hate that shotgun. And then we got B tier, which is like the middle ground. I could keep it most of the fight. Like, I would like to upgrade to something, but I can work with them if I have them. We got the Hemlock, we have the Sentinel, we have the Mozambique, we have the G7, we got the RE45, and we got the Eva. Now we get into A tier, where it's like, okay, I would rather have this. This is really what I would like. I could work with this for the game and really compete here. Like, I could really work through the lobby here. We got an Alternator, we got a Wingman, we got an R99, we got the Havoc now, and we got the Peacekeeper. Then we got S tier, which is like, this is what we need to fucking make moves. S tier is where we start making moves. Like, we really, like, you'd be dumb not to swap out. The bow, it is OP right now. I don't know if it's going to be like that forever. The R301, of course. The charge rifle, again, yeah, late game, like, you probably don't want to have a charge rifle late game, but in these big open maps right now, that charge rifle shreds, and it's one of the easiest ways to up your armor. People will use that charge rifle just to farm their armor, just to swap armor and farm for each other to get the damage up, because it cracks so well. Once you get a scope on, dude, it's way OP, and I think we're gonna see a lot more people use it. You guys let me know what you think on that. Volt SMG 100% S tier, and along with the flatline now. And then we got the BDE tier. Like, the tier where it's like, if you come across these things, like, you're picking up these weapons the majority of the time. Like, you see them, whatever you have, you're probably swapping out. A Spitfire, a Kraber, a Triple Take, and a Prowler. The God tier weapons right now in Season 9. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. What should be changed? I think is pretty freaking accurate if you ask me.